episode of the Preview Review Show. I'm your host, Lonnie Johnson, and today I'm joined with not one, not two, but three guest hosts. We've got Tara Linnan, Andrew Kurcan, and Rebekah Johnson. Hello, everybody. How you doing?
Hello. How's it going?
All right, so on the Preview Review Show, what we do is we look at previews of movies that are coming out in the theater or even online and let you know how we feel about them. We give them a rating of 5 stars, how everything's going to go on Rotten Tomatoes, and then where to watch them. This is just so you can get your own honest review from us about what's coming out in the near future. Now, if you could do us a favor, please click on the subscribe, ring that bell so you know when we're doing something, and it'll help us get our numbers up and keep this show going. It really does help out. And with that, let's get a small word from our sponsor before we start into our first movie.
I want to say thank you to our sponsor, Sal Baltimore, a premium watch company that is proudly designed and assembled in Baltimore, Maryland, my home state. With attention to detail and quality in every design that pays tribute to the city of Baltimore and its people. A watch you can be proud to wear every day. I myself own the Founders Edition and love to show it off. Go check them out at salbaltimore.com.
And let's go straight into the last movie. As you can tell, I'm a little conflicted. So let's move into this game turn movie, Monster Hunter.
Captain, do you have any idea what those markers are?
They look pretty ancient. The tracks end here. It's definitely Bravo team.
They don't just disappear.
Where the hell are we?
That lightning, it hit those markers and it took us somewhere.
Guys!
So what? Are we like Guardians of the Galaxy now?
On our 6!
Diablos. Holy shit.
Did you see that thing?
Come on!
Fall back!
This is officially above my pay grade.
I don't care what those creatures are. We destroy them and close the gateway.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm getting us all home.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the video game turned movie Monster Hunter. A couple of caveats real quick. If you haven't played the video game, which I haven't, but I've seen people actually play, it actually is kind of pretty interesting. It's a great mystical world of you basically killing monsters and making them into weapons to go kill more monsters. Just if you don't already know that, if you're not a gamer, just to let you know. But I kind of like the way that this is crossed over into the movie realm to actually give it some sort of, well, how do we make this a movie? Because you can't just do a video game and be like, oh, you're playing the video game. No, you have to kind of bring it into the real world somehow. And I like the whole idea of the military is in the middle of the desert of the area where we really haven't been so much. And they found this weird place that transported them into this new dimension. And now you have to figure out how to survive and get back because you're soldiers and this is what you got to do. And It looks beautiful. The CG on this is so realistic. I'm amazed by it that I actually want to go see this, even though I haven't played the game. And it's one of those Mila Jovovich monster killing movies that is kind of formulaic. And you're like, okay, here we go again. But this is one that's actually done really, really well from the preview, and it's enticing me to go see this thing. And it's got a great lineup of some up-and-coming actors, T.I. getting his acting chops on, and a couple other younger actors that are really trying to go well. Obviously, it's like I haven't delved deep enough, but Miss Jovovich has got to have some executive producer credits on this, because this is her genre. This is what she likes to do. She's the female Arnold Schwarzenegger of this generation. She's like, I'm going to do all the, you can't believe this action just went down. The story is the story for fun, to do something cool, to do something to watch that you're going to enjoy overall. And I have no qualms against the whole cheese factor, that it's, once again, the formulaic of someone got in trouble, place again, has to beat unbeatable beating dragon that's never been beaten before and get back home. I'm fine with that. Let's watch it and have some fun. With that, I'm going to move on to eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I'm going to say, Rebekah, you go first, because I want to save Tara for last, since she's the biggest gamer that I know.
Okay, so I'm not really a gamer. I haven't gamed since my first kid was born in 2000, really. So I'm way out of the video game world. I know about this game because my kids play it. So I've heard it. It was an interesting preview. I don't hate it. This is not normally my particular kind of movie, but I think cinematography wise, it looks pretty good. Whatever effects they were using don't look as cheesy as I've seen in some other video game movies that have come out. So I generally skip those. This one I might actually watch. I am a little tired of Mila Jovovich being in all of these movies. She's super typecast, and I'm sure someone else could have been put in the lead role there. But I do like Megan Good, who is one of the actors that I saw in the preview. She's pretty awesome. I really liked her in the recent Shazam movie as Darla. So there's that. And it at least has a sort of, I agree with you, the gateway of reality of the military out somewhere, some kind of ancient thing. Although I laughed kind of when she's like, those markers look like concrete, actually. But okay, we'll go with that for right now. Suspension of disbelief and all of that. It doesn't look bad. I would watch it, I think, just for, a good action movie, or a lighthearted popcorn film. There's nothing about it that makes me feel really cringy. So I think it was at least a well done preview.
Andrew, you're up.
All right, so this is going to be a movie that is watched when there's nothing going on the next day, because there will be a lot of booze involved. But with that being said, love the Resident Evil movies. My wife has introduced me to them, and I am definitely one of those that sits there and I point out all of the why would this be happening? And I think I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this. Yeah, Mia, I mean, she's the person for these. This looks like Prometheus and Doom had a baby, and I'm not mad about that. Even the monster, it's got some xenomorph in there. It's got that disbelief. I mean, of course. And I'm looking at the IMDb page too. Ron Perlman's hidden in there somewhere. Okay, I'm in. This is going to be fun. T.I. will be great. Now for the preview itself, they ran out of footage at the end, because they showed the literally exact same sequence. Come on, guys. But I get it too. The amount that costs and time to make for all of that CGI. Come on. But yeah, I think it's going to be it looks like it's firmly going to be within the nomenclature, firmly what we're expecting from that. It's going to be a lot of fun. I've not played the video game either, but kind of makes me want to go play the video game. I mean, it looks like a hoot. Looks like it's done right. It's an action thriller, sci-fi video game boot, if that's a genre, and I'm in.
Great. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce our resident gamer and movie reviewer, Tara Linnan. Please give us your total and utter wild explanation of why you dislike or like this movie. Go, Tara, go.
Hang on. I'm getting all my chins out so my neck beard can show a little bit, because I'm ready
Oh,
to
you
get the game nerd on. Okay. So you guys see the reality of this is that, you know, this doesn't follow the game at all. Because in the game, it's just an island of innocent creatures, and you go on there and obliterate them and make their skin into weapons. And where's the fucking cats that cook you sushi? There's no sushi cats in this movie, and just what the fuck. If you guys haven't played the movie, there's these adorable little creatures that are your buddies called palicos, and they're basically like your catties, and they're cats, and you get to design them. They're so adorable, and I'm really disappointed there's not a single palico in the movie, because that's what makes it great.
Let me stop you right there. That's in the next preview, but yes, there are the palicos in the movie. I didn't choose that preview.
Okay, I'm looking at these right now. Now I'm confused because they're adorable. What is this?
They're the cutest things. In the game, they cook you food, and you get to give them a menu, and they do this little choppy thing. Dude, palicos, like, I live for palicos, and I have 3 cats, so I made each character like palicos after my cats. But anyways, this is another vehicle where Mila Jovovich is driving a game into a movie, and games into movies don't ever do well. But they're so horrible that they're amazing. I feel like this is going to fit into that category of so horrible that it's amazing. And it's definitely going to be one of those movies where I get hella high off of lots of edibles and watch the shit out of this. I'm not like crazy excited about it because, again, the premise from the movie to the game are totally different, and that could be a really good thing because there's no storyline in the game. You just murder animals for their skin.
Wow.
Yeah, that's that.
So you're saying European history?
Oh,
Got it.
But they basically. But they did so they kept some of the weapons from the game in the movie. So those fire blades, that's as you get higher on in the levels, and so that's really cool to see that, and it's also kind of a nod to God of War. And then the dragon she's fighting, that's a bitch ass dragon to take down. Let me tell you, like, you can't one man that motherfucker. You need lots of help. So if she does it by herself in that movie, you know they're lying.
Also, it looks like Drogon, right? Like Drogon from Game of Thrones. I'm like, it has a very
right.
feel.
Yeah, and unfortunately with the way Game of Thrones ended.
Shame.
But buddies, I want to be friends with. I don't want to kill the dragon thing. I want to be a friend with it. It's like a giant cat. Come on.
That's why I was so upset with the game, because as I'm playing the game is beautiful. It's stunning. It's just this amazing world. But the only thing you're supposed to do is kill these animals and take their hides and make weapon and armor. And that is the only, and then you move to the next world and it's more murder of these magnificent creatures. And the only reason you're on that island is because somebody saw that and they decided to take a whole battalion there and just kill everything. So it's, at least with the movie, like they were accidentally transported. So I can deal with that.
Okay, before we get too deep into the actual game, we need to continue talking about the preview. So let's take a nod and look at the grades on this. I'll lead it off on this so that we can wrap it up. I'm actually going to give this, I'm going to give it a 4. Yeah, because it visually is beautiful. It is one of those, like, you're going to see this to have a good laugh, see some action, and maybe, yes, get involved in saying, you know what, now I'm going to buy the video game and play it because I saw the movie. You know, reverse marketing on that. Usually it's the other way around. You know, you have the movie to basically play the game or whatever, but it's the game that now did the movie and now you're back and forth. So yeah, it's going to give me a 4. Rotten Tomatoes, I think the gaming community, like Tara, are literally going to love this and literally give it so much love that it's going to be in that 85 to 90 percentile. It's literally going to do well on Rotten Tomatoes. It's the critic side is definitely going to give it a low grade, but once again, we're doing a general rating, and I'm saying an 85 to 90. Will I go see this in the movie theater? I'm going to say yes, because this seems like one of those fun movies that you go with either the family or a group of friends and go see it just so you can be like, did you see that? Oh my God. Yeah. It's just one of those movies that you do want to go see. And I think I will spend a little bit of change to actually see this in the theaters. With that, Tara, let's get your spiel on the grades on this, and then we'll round this out.
So for the previews, I'm giving it a 2. They should have put the goddamn Palicos in there, and it would have gotten way higher had the Palicos been in that preview. With Rotten Tomatoes score, I think the opposite. I think the gamers are going to trash it. But I also think we need this kind of mindless fun right now in the COVID world we're living in. We need to be able just to take a break and be like, you know what? Let's go beat that dragon's ass. So I think they'll give it like a 65, 70-ish. As far as where I would see it, I would not see it in the theaters. This is definitely a stay at home, eat an entire brownie edible, and sit back and watch Mila Jovovich wreck some shit like she always does.
Copy that. Andrew, you're up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm following Tara here a little bit. For the preview, yeah, like a 2. Guys, come on, I expect better, and now some of that, and I just looked up the movie version of the Palicos. Wow, those are battle cats. It's amazing. Which for me, that's how I view my cats, so I love it. But yeah, I think it's gonna do like, I want to say 50 for Rotten Tomatoes. I feel like that's a little, I feel like that's being a little lenient because I do feel the gaming community is going to rip it apart. But as for what it is, I always look at action films like this. Would Michael Bay enjoy this? Yeah, he would. There's explosions. There's a lot of motion, a lot of bright colors. But it's going to be fun to watch. So am I going to go out to a movie theater? No. Will I watch it when it comes up on Prime or whatever? Yeah, we're going to get really, really, really altered and watch this. So I think it's going to be fun. So yeah, 2 on the preview. For the movie, I'd look down, probably be closer to that 4 and 5, and I think Rotten Tomatoes is going to be firmly in the center.
Copy that. Rebekah, why don't you finish the grades off for us?
Okay, for me, the preview is like a 2.5, 3. It's not the worst video game movie preview I've ever seen by far. Looking at you, Assassin's Creed. I think.
Whoa! Ouch! Oh, choice words.
It was pretty bad.
She's right.
Thank you. Rotten Tomatoes will not be nice to this movie. They're not nice to any video game movies, and for good reason. So I'm talking green tipped popcorn bucket, not happy, like 40%-ish. And I think that's critics and audiences. I don't think that they're gonna love it overall. And this is not a theater movie for me. This is a maybe if it comes on Amazon Prime or Netflix or Hulu or wherever it shows up, I might watch it, but even then probably not for me because I have limited television time and that's probably not a movie I'm going to waste it on.
Well, thank you for that. I appreciate it. And, with those grades, who knows what's going on. But I want to thank all 3 of you for being here today, for helping us with the Preview Review Show. It's great that you're able to join us. And I hope you watching come back. Remember, do us a favor, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, and look forward to watching the next Preview Review Show with us. And who knows, maybe even you will join us on the Preview Review Show. Thank you. Have a good day.